Real-Debrid, you died 2 years ago. And you came back like nothing was wrong. But now once again you're causing strife in my life every damn night. You say my files are infringing and blocking my streams with your hand on the switch. How am I supposed to keep it moving when you're blocking my dreams like this? I had the plan, I just hit play, then you pulled the rug away. Hit me with the warning, hit me with the block. Now I'm staring at the screen that's pitch black. Real-Debrid, you died, then Real-Debrid, you survived. Then you came right back, and you broke my vibe. Blocking my streams, blocking my dreams. Real-Debrid, why you doing this to me? Real-Debrid, you died, then Real-Debrid, you survived. No, now you're in my way every single day, blocking my streams, blocking my dreams. How am I supposed to live like this? I'm not asking much, just let it run. I pick my side, now I want my fun. But every file gets flagged so quick, like you built a wall around every click. I keep refreshing, same code reply, same dead end loop, same try again lie. I'm tired of fighting through your day. I just want a night that doesn't frustrate. I had the plan, I had the play, then you pulled the rug away. Hit me with the warning, hit me with the block. Now I'm staring at the screen that's just pitch black. Real-Debrid, you died, then Real-Debrid, you survived. Then you came right back, and you broke my vibe. Blocking my streams, blocking my dreams. Real-Debrid, why you doing this to me? Real-Debrid, you died, then Real-Debrid, you survived. Now you're in my way every single time, blocking my streams, blocking my dreams. How am I supposed to live like this? You came back to life, I thought we were good.
Damn, Beach has got a couple of those intro parts in there. I was like, wait a minute, I thought we're done. Nope, we're not done. All I know is during your song, I was doing this.
Yeah.
I had my phone going.
I mean, the funny thing is, when Todd and I were talking about it in Telegram earlier today, he's like, "Well, you sent me a DM. Well, you got your wish.
Yeah.
Real-Debrid died 2.0." And I'm like, "Am I gonna have to make another song?" And he goes, "I think so." Yeah, but then, like I said, 7 minutes ago, I made the song, and he's like, "It's just an MP3." I was like, oh shit, you're doing a show? Okay. Give me 3 minutes.
Yeah. So, yeah, he whipped it up. Yeah, I really appreciate it, Beach, for the song, and yeah, I think we jinxed it because if you noticed on the intro, that was the second part of it. It did say is Debrid died for the 16th time or something like that, and I
Yeah.
think that I blame Beach for that because he put that on there and he spoke it in the universe, and then we okay.
No, I mean, what I had to do was going through and looking at the last songs I made up, and the second one I made when Real-Debrid, I made that one Real-Debrid is back ish, after
Yeah.
so I looked on the date that was like 11/24 of 2024. So it's basically been 2 years.
Well,
Since,
year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anywho.
Well, again, this is a special video. We went ahead and I decided to go ahead and do a show. I've seen so much Reddit threads. I've seen so many people wanting answers, and I feel like I've had to answer this question 150 times in different places. So I figured this is the best way of putting the information out there of what we know. Dispel any rumors of some misinformation that people may have, and at least more people will know. These folks watching this video will be able to know and then be able to share some of that knowledge. Now, again, I am no expert. I am no developer. I am no I'm not a coder. It's just this is my hobby, as in I love using Kodi and a lot of its features. So I have a vested interest because I've been in this using this thing for what 18 years. It feels like a long time.
Yeah.
So I felt like we put this out here. You guys that are watching this video, you'll have a better understanding, and maybe when you're reading Facebook posts or Reddit threads or Twitter things, you'll have a better understanding, and maybe you can correct some people on some of this. And again, I don't have all the answers, but I can give you what I've read through and what people are figuring out to be able to see what's going on. So the bottom line is, started Sunday, people started seeing infringing torrent or infringing file through Real-Debrid when you're using it through Kodi, Streamio, Syncler, whatever other things that leaks into Debrid. That when people were watching or trying to watch a content, these pop-ups would come up, or it would just skip the file. And again, like Beach was saying, we saw this 18 months ago in November of 2024 when Debrid was complying with takedown notices and being active in trying to stop content being used on their platform that they shouldn't have been. This content shouldn't have been on there because there's copyright owners to certain content. So Debrid says, we're going to do something, and Debrid made some big steps in removing content and making it a little bit harder. But over the last 18 months, we've had ebb and flow, and then things were been pretty good. I mean, I haven't seen, for the most part, things have been going well until this week. And so now we're starting to see this infringing torrent or infringing file, depends on what platform you're on. And or if you're using Kodi, you may see it like just skipping through links, like one after another, after another, after another, after another. And where this comes from is that the files that the scraper, your Kodi add-on, your Syncler is looking for, that thinks that they're on the clouds at this certain location, they're now gone. Those files are gone. Debrid has purged them from their system. So it's basically looking in a library, and that book is on the shelf, the third row, second book over, that's where your book is. That book is now gone. All the books are gone. So what Kodi or Syncler does is it starts looking one after another, after another, after another, and they're not there. They're not there. So it goes down the list. And so what happens is then you get either an infringing warning. I think Syncler or Streamio does that. It's like a red thing. Kodi just skips them, skips, and then if it doesn't find anything that works, it just says error and give you a little no file found or something.
And if you're trying to grab something from scene release, you just get hoster unavailable. That's all you get.
Right. So this is a Debrid is doing this to protect themselves. They don't want to be liable, sued by major media corporations. So they're doing steps to block content to get out there. Their platform being used to spread content. So no hate against Debrid. They're doing what they have to do to stop this. Now, Todd, it works a little bit. Uh-oh. Class is gonna get me sorted. So, so she's gonna be typing quick.
She's a coder. I guarantee you she can type fast.
Most likely. So hold on a second. Let me see what she said. Because again, I am no expert. This is just my hobby, and I pay attention to things. I read a lot of stuff, so I have some understandings of how that works. But so we have, or it has been noticed that if you read the Kodi log, sometimes there will be if you try to watch an infringing torrent or a file that's not allowed, it's basically saying you can't use this file. And as Kodi works, it will start skipping lines. But you're also given a timeout for a few seconds that if you've tried to access an infringing torrent or file, then you're given a few second or a certain period of time timeout. Well, we know with Kodi, it goes to the next link and the next link and the next link, because we're all about, we want shit to play quick and we want it to play. Here she goes. So let's see what she's. You'll get a 451 error with the first file, which is a DMAC block, which means an infringing content. After that, you get punished for the rest and on. And so let's say you click it and it's an infringing file. Kicks you to number 2. Well, you're really in timeout because you clicked that protect that infringing file. And then now you've clicked it again. Now it puts you in a little bit more timeout. So it's almost like a snowball effect of your timeouts. So if you're using Kodi, you can race through, it can race through 10 links or look for 10 links pretty quickly. I mean, most add-ons, it doesn't check long and it'll like go. So you could potentially have a larger timeout because it's consecutive, or you know what I mean? It's kind of gathers up. But again, people are still trying to figure this out. They're still looking around, trying to sort out why this is happening. So some of the issues we've also seen, let me share, is in the file name. So let me see if I can private links. Get that. So depending on the file link, we're also seeing things that are being flagged. I'm going to allow this. You boys read that well enough?
Yep.
Dave's old. So I'm trying to make it to where it's big, but not. Okay. So
shut the hell up.
This is with me. I look around. I'm trying to find information from different places and people that are trying to investigate why this happened, because I always want to know why. Why is this happening? Is there ways around it? So what this person has done, they've done some looking into it and seeing that some things are being blocked more than others, and so they're finding here's an example of a particular song that's out there. Or no, missing songs. I guess that's Ghost Concert. I don't know. I guess that's a show. So Ghost Concert here, this one here, plays. There's no extra information, but the exact same show, this one is blocked. It adds the web DL in there, and it's blocked. Here's another one. We've got the web rip, it's blocked. So in this article that's on Reddit, this person has found different words seem to trigger the filtering system more than others. So he goes through here, and I'll put this. I'll put this. Hold on. I'll add this into the chat over here. You guys can see where I'm getting my information. Okay, there you go. So he's finding that certain words trigger the filtering or the blocking. And if, again, these were okay, these were blocked, and you can see anything with this tag, it was 100% blocked. Things with Amazon RIP, 98% blocked. And as you go down, you can see, and this, again, on scientific tests, he's just testing on his own, certain words seem to be triggering the block. And once you get blocked, as I said, the 451 block, if you start clicking links below that, you're going to get hit with the 429 block, which is the punishment block. It's because you get you did something bad, so then every time you do something, each time you look for another file, you're like kind of putting timeout a little bit over and over and over. But it's interesting how certain things seem to be being blocked. Here's where 100%, it's like all these and his tests, these words pulled a 100% block. And down the list. So we can see to try to figure out what are the things that are causing these blocks. So if you're looking at a scrape of links, you're going to want to stay away from certain keywords. Certain keywords are going to be bad for you. So, if you're using web rip, that's probably a good chance that things are going to get blocked. If you find, what was up here at the top? Any of with these kind of tags. And again, when it scrapes, it gives the name of the file that you're getting, but it also has a lot of other information. The videos codec that's using, maybe the audio is at 5.1, 7.1. Also, it probably has the release group, whoever released it, it'll be on there. Sometimes the website that it came from, did it come from Toronto? Did it come from Pirate Bay? So sometimes those will be part of that title, that name. So have seen that if you do stuff that has less of that tag information, it plays. But again, there's no rhyme or reason, no 100% on any of it. This is all kind of just trying to figure out what we're doing here, what's going on. But the main thing is that if you get blocked, clicking, like trying to pick the links is not going to be good for you. It's going to just create a longer timeout period for you. So I would advise, don't let auto play. Sometimes we have auto play the links and we just let it do it. That may not be the best thing if you're going to be using Debrid. So again, this is down in the link. You guys can check that out, read it to get information, and also read what other people have tested to see what they're getting. Don't put all your trust in one person. Don't put all your trust in me. I mean, I'm no coder, no developer. I'm just poking around trying to figure out how shit works. Let me see. Let's get that off of there. Rate limit. So rate limit would be the timeout between each time that it tries to do it. Some people are kind of working on trying to find a way to work around it to not hammer for links, to say slow down so that you have that cool down period. You're not still in timeout. But again, I applaud the people that have been working trying to find ways around this, and hopefully we find some solutions. But as of right now, Real-Debrid works, but certain files may be flagged for some of the tags I said, or even the content. Normally in the past, remember, it used to be a certain show or a certain movie they would flag. and then they would go after that one. Now it's not as much of that as it is some of those extra tags that a lot of release groups put in. What the hell? So a few add-ons have been trying to figure out ways around this. Fingers crossed that they're able to sort this out, and other developers are able to look at this and say, hey, how can we, I don't want to say adopt those type of ideas, but what coding things need to be done to make it work better for all of us. I'm a person, I have Real-Debrid, I have Premiumize, Torbox, and Easy News. Premiumize, Torbox, and Easy News everything's been running fine for those. I know I will say this, everybody don't race out to grab onto a Premiumize account or race out to get a Torbox. You know, a little bit of patience in these type of things to see how this all shakes out is better. And also a word of advice, don't cancel your Real-Debrid account and try to get your money back, charge back Real-Debrid, because you're very likely to get your money back. You will, your $25 or whatever it is, but you will also be blacklisted from Real-Debrid. And we saw that the last time, 18 months ago, when they did this, we had people that, I just charged it back. I wanted my money back. Okay, your $20, you needed that back because this happened. Well, then people later on, when Debrid's all running fine, they tried to sign back up, and Debrid said, no, your email has been blacklisted. Now, you can go and create another email address and go through those steps, but it's a matter of why do you want to do that? So my advice is don't cancel your shit just to get your $20 back, because it may bite you down the road. Anything I know that Beach doesn't use this a lot. I know Big Daddy Spider uses this. Eddie uses Kodi and stuff. Have you guys had any issues when you're trying to play content?
I haven't had any issues. Not last night, and I did today, because I was taking Fenlight AM off most of my stuff and switching over to Gears. And I was like, let's test and see how RD's working. And a couple shows going in, I would put it on autoplay.
Yep.
Without my Premiumize or Easy News credentials in, just the RD credentials, and stuff was playing for me. So I haven't seen the problems other people have. Now I've seen Facebook, Telegram, Reddit. I know it is an issue for people. You see people complaining left and right about nothing works, and they're having all sorts of problems. But at least on the few shows I tried out, it was running just like normal. So.
And I think that especially when you have an autoplay, you may not always notice in the skipping links.
Yeah.
I'm a person when I click an auto link or autoplay, I watch, or if I pick,
do too.
I watch to see how many links, because again, I have I have a Real-Debrid and Premiumize on my account, and I say, what played? Was it a Premiumize link or was it a Debrid link? And I have noticed it's almost like a free fall. Like I said, that first one fails, and then it's just like boom, 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 boom. But then I have added torrents to my Debrid cloud, because people can do that. I guess that video was gone. I had to take that off YouTube, but you can add torrents to your Debrid account, and then with add-ons, many add-ons, you can go to your Debrid cloud and then watch that content. And it was weird because it was a film that was blocked on it was a popular film and was blocked a lot when I was trying to do it. But then I found one torrent that did get accepted, and then it played through my cloud. So there is ways to get around that. Does not renewing YouTube your Real-Debrid same as canceling? No, Rod. People would charge back, like say they used their credit card to pay for the Real-Debrid account. They were canceling their account and charging back. So then Debrid would have to pay that money back, however much that was, back to the credit card company, which went back to the customer. Those were people canceling and charging it back. If you if you decide not to renew yours, that does not count as canceling. Canceling would be charging back to Real-Debrid and requesting your money. So hopefully that explains that. The move to Premiumize 18 months ago was the best thing I did. I got a 2-year sub, still keeping. Yeah, not a bad move. I mean, again, I've had Premiumize for, I don't know, 6 or 7 years. I sign up every I sign up every 2 years on Black Friday. They'll run that Black Friday special for, what's it, $99 for 2 years for those couple weeks. So those are when I sign up. And then I sign up, it's $100. I'm covered for the 2 years, and that's what I've done. And Premiumize does have some really good benefits. You're not like Real-Debrid, you're kind of locked into an IP for simultaneous connections. It has to be within your house. You can't have 2 simultaneous connections. Premiumized, you can have different locations pulling, or different IPs pulling from your one account. So that is a benefit. It has a what's a ratio? Not a ratio. What is it? It has
It's a point system.
Right. Yes, a point system so it starts you with 1,000 points, and every gig is 1 point taken away from your 1,000. So if you watch, let's say you watch a movie that's 100 gigs, which most likely you're not, but let's just say for math, I want easy math. So say it's a 100 gig file. After you watch that film, now you would have 900 gigs of points to use. Now each day it adds 30 back to your pool to work from. So if you're a person that's sharing it with way too many people, or you're a person or the people that you're sharing with are all 4K snobs that think they need a 100 gig file, that point system could be a problem for you. But normal use, it's not going to be a problem. So it is a viable option for people that like to use it. So thank you, Mojo. I agree with you on that. And Paul, he's just going to wait it out. I'm with you. Tommy says used Fit2 only allows remix files on all-in-one streams. I'm using Torbox for most links now. Well, if you're using Torbox right now, you're okay. And again, Torbox is based in South Africa. Premiumized is based out of Malaysia. Real-Debrid and All-Debrid are based out of France. So France is going to have a tighter reign and tougher restrictions on things than maybe a Malaysia, because of how that all kind of works out with copyright and stuff like that. So
and I seen today a lot of people saying Torbox is starting to crack under the load again.
And that was an issue when I first got Torbox. It was when the Debrid shit happened, 18 months ago. I went with it and I tried it, and it was horrible. It was terrible. Last year, summer, I came back to it to give it, because people were saying they were using it. I went back to it and tried it out and had very little issues. The only issue I find with Torbox is you can't pause a film for a long time and walk away and go piddle around the house and come back and restart it. I think it's a timeout type of situation where if you pause it for, let's say, again, for a minute, it's longer than that, but you pause it for a certain period of time, it kind of kicks you out because it's protecting the server so someone doesn't just sit there for hours and hours tying up the server. I had that issues, but that is going to be a real telltale sign that can Torbox handle the influx of customers, because of course they're going to like that because that's going to be more money. Second, can they handle the server load? Because we've seen over the years, Real-Debrid had plenty of time to build a strong infrastructure. Torbox is still working on the infrastructure. And I will say one thing about Torbox also, they are pretty active, like on Reddit and Discord. I think they got a Discord channel. They are pretty end user receptive. You can reach out to them and ask a question. Anybody that's been with Debrid, we know
their customer service is not their customer services. It's your problem, not ours.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never dealt with it, but when you see on Reddit people that have gone to them and emailed about something, it's oftentimes there's no response or responses. It's an issue on your end, and that's it.
Yeah. So, yeah. And again, I understand. I mean, there's so many people that are very ignorant of how things work, and me being maybe one of those guys too, but complain, get on these social medias and complain. So I can see where they kind of get a little jaded on that, because they're dealing with stupid questions all the time, and people's not knowing how the system works and complaining because it isn't working. It's like, wow. So yeah, but Torbox does a really good job on, you reach out them on Reddit, they're very open to conversation or some help in there. So, I got, hopefully hopefully that continues. I hope that they do. And again, I'm not here promoting saying this is what you got to go buy, or you go get this or go get that. I'm speaking from my experience and the things I've seen when I've used some of these applications. And I mean, I don't get a free account. I don't get free accounts from any of them. So what I say is unbiased. And let's see. Steven says, been a long time since I could add something to my RD cloud. Always blocked. I mean, I used the torrent feature in RD all the time, like all the time, because once you add it to your torrent tab, it will add it to your RD cloud if you're using an add-on that can see it. And I've almost never had an issue. So Stephen, it may be the type of files you're looking to add to the cloud that have some type of a infringing title that they're blacklisting those words or those tags. So I'm not sure. I know, like I said, I just did it last night for a popular film. Stuck it on there, checked it out, and it played right through, played fine. But it was the name of it was very simple. There was no extra BS other than, I think it said X264. That was it. There was no other information to do it. I used the filter to only allow Remux. Okay, I'm using Torbox mainly. Gotcha, Tommy. Gotcha. Let's see. Mojo, got a quick question. Do you guys use a VPN with Streamio, Nuvio, and Premiumize? On occasion, I will use. First, I don't use Streamio or Nuvio. I have used them. I don't use them on a regular basis. So I know of them and have experimented with them, but I do not. Usually, I don't use the VPN with my Premiumized. I don't know. I don't really see a need in it, but I mean, some people do. But and also, you're losing bandwidth, and depends on your bandwidth. The VPN could really hamper and slow you down and cause some buffering. So you got to be careful. Geo, we'll get to that in a minute. I was trying not to go. We'll cover that near the end, Geo. We'll kind of run through some of that, and That's kind of like that. That's a whole nother. That was the beginning of my weekend. Was that bullshit, and then the end of the weekend was the RD. So it was like, man, the whole weekend. Just tuned in. Don't tell me Cody's dead. No, Peter, it's done. No, just having some bumps in the road. Torbox, can you pay for 1 year instead of monthly? Yep. I think right now, Torbox, and here I'll share my screen on that. I've got. Let's see. Where am I at? Torbox. So Torbox is here pricing. So again, I'm not over here promoting these guys. Just going to show you their web page here if it's going to load. Not a good sign.
Turn that VPN on. Maybe Canada's blocking Torbox now.
No, well, yeah, this would be funny. I mean, I was just on it earlier today. There we go. The page didn't load. It wasn't. All right, so they do have a free account. If you just wanted to just turn it on to see how it works, fine. You're not going to get a lot on that. Maximum size and all, one concurrent, so you can do one stream. But again, it's free. For the essential, which this is actually the one I use, 3 concurrent slots, which means three streams can be going at one time. This also counts if I added torrents to their system and it's downloading that torrent. That's counted as a concurrent slot while it's downloading. Once it finishes downloading to Torbox, then that frees up that slot. So it's 3 active downloading actions going on, and that counts as streaming too, because you are downloading the content. So no more than 3 streams could be going at one particular time, and that's where I was talking about if you had a family member that's that was using it too. I have this, and this is the system I go. You can go if you need more slots. I do know, I have seen where people post, especially if people offering different services, they'll go with something like with the Pro so that they can add it part of the system or part of their sales pitch or whatever. But don't feel that you have to go with the maximum. You really don't. You most users will be 100% fine with the essentials. When it says 200 gig files, that means the one file size. It doesn't count 200 gigs a day or a month. It is one file can't be over 200 gigs. To be honest, not that many people are downloading files much over 200 gigs, unless not for video content. It may be for gaming or stuff like that. It may be. So yeah, that's the prices on that. You don't get Usenet with the essentials. You don't get Usenet, I think, until you get up here until the Pro. Yeah, unlimited Usenet. Again, if you're using Usenet for this, I would just tell you to get Easy News. Because Usenet is, I just saw I had a special just 2 weeks ago, $1.89 a month. If you're getting a year's package, it was $1.89 a month, and way better system because it's built for that. So if you're a person that's like, hey, I want to use Usenet, hey, Torbox offers it. Yes, it offers it. Would I use it for that? No. Premiumize offers Usenet, and I have tested years ago. I did some tests on it. It was okay. It was all right. I mean, yeah, if I wanted some small files, it worked. But if I wanted to use Usenets or news groups, I would just get a dedicated service that's dedicated towards that. And a lot of Kodi add-ons can use Easy News. A lot of the popular add-ons can put Easy News in there. So let me go real quick here to Premiumize, so people may, again, so I'm not showing favoritisms. Premiumized. So you're looking at, there's your pricing for that. So 1 month, $12, 3 months, $30, a year, $80. And this is, I'm sure this is U.S. currency. No, prices in euros. Keep that in mind if you're in a country where, your exchange rate may not be well. So $80 for the year. And Premiumize, I've had Premiumize at least 6 or 7 years at least. And I've been very happy with it. I renew it every 2 years. I feel like it's worth it, especially for big files. This is another one of those. If I have big gaming files I want to download, I use this. And it's got a 1 terabyte of cloud storage. So I likes that one. I use it. Aldebrid. This is another one that you could use. I would be a little bit leery on these only because they're based in France along with Real-Debrid. So they're going to have to follow a lot of the same laws. So, but a lot of people use Aldebrid. Almost all your add-ons will accept Aldebrid. So again, another option for folks out there. And what are we talking about? For what's it? No, one time subscription, $3 a month. $3 for 6 months. They're $3 for 30 days, and that's renewing every month. You can't do like a year with them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Here, hold on. Let me go up to pricing. So this is they do it month to month. So it's month to month. You're paying and you just renew it. It auto renews each month. Didn't know it, but I haven't had Aldebrid. Never used it.
Yeah, but is that €3 or $3 US?
Euros, because it's got the weird E.
Okay.
Yeah, $3. So it's gonna be 3 to 4 euros per month for them. So actually, they're kind of not as expensive as Premiumize, but not as cheap as Real-Debrid either. But so those are your big ones there. There is some other smaller services subscriptions. I probably would lean away from those. I don't think those are not really viable for what we do. Did I not share my screen on this?
No.
Oh, look at, I was sitting there going, should have said something, brother. I was like, I thought I shared the screen. So I'm looking at the screen I'm looking at. I'm like, da, da, da. All right. So I had to close it. My mistake. Sorry, folks. This is my first time. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, you can. Yeah, one month. That was a question. I was looking to see if there was. I guess Redneck's talking about RD. They can be a little bit sarcastic. I find Reddit is funny to me. I some of the stuff is just I have to laugh at it. Yep, Torbox is cheap. PM good. Yep. Yeah, it'd be cool if they had another Friday special right now. Do I use it? No, I don't use a VPN with that. No. I'll leave all that alone. So Turtle asks, should we hold out for the Real-Debrid? I wouldn't cancel it. Keep your account. If you're at a point where you're ready to renew, like say like this week or this month, you got to renew. Then you can take a look and say, hey, do I want to invest another 30 days, 60 days, 6 months, whatever it is you're paying for? I would consider that, hey, right now, do I need to, maybe I'll jump on something else for a month or two to see how this shakes out. But I wouldn't cancel your subscription. I guess Classy was probably about the Aldebrid probably for a year, or it might have been for the other one. What's up, Clipper? The Clipper fan out there. Will we end up just for free links with Kodi reverting it back to the future? I would love for us to go that. I do feel bad for the add-ons with all these direct links with the one clicks. Those guys or gals are going to be screwed hard because I guarantee those one-click links are gone, purged from the system. So that is going to be a problem again for the guys that and gals that are doing one-click add-ons, which are great. They're so convenient, but when situations like this happen that are out of the developer's control, days and weeks and months worth of work could be gone just like that. And there's no getting it back. Now you got to go through and do all the steps all over again. But yeah, I don't know. Free links. There are a couple add-ons that actually I've poked around with in the last couple weeks that ran some free add-ons that have free links that did a really good job. But the problem is, and I've seen the developers that have worked on them posting, they get hammered so hard that sometimes the sites get taken down or crash because of the traffic. So Kodi brings a lot of traffic with it. So if somebody makes an add-on, I mean, the floodgates are open, and it's hard on a website to be able to handle that traffic. Let's see. Mojo. I have Kodi as well. I have 4 add-ons. Umbrella, the crew, and I'm drawing a blank on the other 2. What are you saying for your top 4? What are say 4 of your top add-ons? All right. What about, let's say, Spider, I'll let you start first.
So probably right now for me would be Gears, Umbrella, POV. Change is pretty good. I don't really use Mad Titan or the Loop, but there are decent ones out there also. It kind of depends on what you're looking for. Some things that are a little bit more specialized for more sports stuff or replays. That Gears and Umbrella POV are usually have a little bit of everything in them. I know Change has been working on a lot of one clicks in his stuff. Of course, that's probably not. I'm sure he's pulling some hair outs right now if he has any, because that's really hurting his stuff right now with everything going on. But I'm not a big build person either. I use like your KISS build, and that's about the only build I use. Some people are, if you're big on builds, it's a easy way if you want to test out a bunch of different add-ons without having to go through all the work. A build is an easy way to do that. You can install the build and have access to 6 or 7 different add-ons you want to try out.
Yep.
Like me on Chameleon build, I was having problems with Umbrella and Fen. Well, Fen Light AM you took off, but I find out I'm getting better results with Crew, and I'm just wondering if it's you Giro lock. If more people are getting better results than other people.
Yeah, I do. Definitely, there's geo blocking or geo has your location does play part of, because some countries don't allow you to pull content from certain websites. They're blacklisted in that country, or your ISP. Your ISP can block. So you could be in the same country, and Eddie can be having stuff blocked because he's got Rogers, and I could have Kojiko, and mine could work and his not, because it can be blocked on the ISP. But there are a lot of geo blocks, which is your country can block certain websites, so it worked for everybody else and then not work up here. So that does happen. So any other ones that top 4 for you? I heard you say the Crew. You said
Chains.
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 Yeah, Chains.
Yeah, she's good. But I most of my stuff I was using Umbrella, and all of a sudden that's what caused me to think on Sunday. I said, I'm getting no streams. So I went back to the Crew, and everything was okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't tested Umbrella this week. Umbrella, a very active developer on that. I would think that developer would have, if there's an availability for a fix or some tweaks, I can see him doing something to get that going. He's very active, so and knowledgeable. So Umbrella, definitely a good one. I would have been. We were talking about. I saw some. Well, I can't remember who it was that asked about Fenlight.
Yeah.
Okay, so the weekend started with Fenlight AM Anonymous, aka whoever it was, if it's Tiki Peter or not Tiki Peter or Anonymous, whoever decided, pulled his API keys that were embedded in the add-on that allows you to see tracked lists and to see art and all those kind of things like that. He reported on Reddit that somebody had doxed him and found out who he was and said, I know who you are. I'm going to tell everyone who you are, da, 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 da. And so he said, I'm quitting and I'm canceling the keys that work in the add-on, and quits. And there's been all kinds of, then did Tiki Peter open another GitHub? And I'll be honest with you, mad respect for Fenlight AM. Mad respect for the add-ons. Phenomenal add-ons. But I'm to the point where, be it whatever you're feeling that day or whatever your political views may be, or that you woke up on the wrong side of the bed and someone's pissed you off, that you're going to pull the add-on and make it not work or do whatever like that. We've seen this too many times. I've gave the benefit of the doubt and said, you know what, the add-on's good enough, I'll stick with it. And I decided after this weekend, once this weekend came, I said, I'm done. I'm done with the drama. Again, whatever. So I moved to Gears, which is nothing. It is a clone or a fork, excuse me. It's a fork of Fenlight AM. So it's Fenlight AM, and then Gears is now forked it off and is going to go its own direction with its own features, ads, things that it's adding to it. So I went with that because it gives me the same features and I don't have to worry about it being pulled. Again, like I said, Umbrella, solid add-on, been around a long time. Chains, the one clicks, and it's a shadow base, so you can do searching for movies, but the one click section was always kick-ass. And the crew. Now the crew has been around forever. It's got its people that love it, and it got the people in the community that hate it. And I don't understand. I mean, but you got both camps. I've used it. I don't use it as my daily driver, but I have noticed that they've kind of been today. They're trying to figure out some ways around this. So it's good to see they're jumping in and being active. If you're following the Telegram groups, you would be able to see some of the stuff that they're trying to do. So those would be my big ones. I'm trying to think for sports. Mad Titan is good for sports. And what's that TV app? There was one called TV app that I came across this weekend when I was doing my new build, and live TV works great on it. So I'll use it. POV, that is it's another Fen fork. I'm not sure if it's Fenlight or Fen that it's a fork, but it's a fork of that. Taz 19, which is in the Al Dente repository. That's another Fen fork from like years back, probably 2 years back. He forked off. He's got his own his own thing. So that is another option. So for me, some Red Light came out. That was another one, which is a Fen fork. So they took Fen and they're now, I think that's in the Red Wizard repository. That is going its own direction. So a lot of people have taken the Fen add-on where it's at, or Fenlight add-on, and then renamed it, re-arted, and they're going to take the add-on their own direction. And I can understand that. It makes sense. Good to see Blammo in here. I saw him. Long time no see, brother. Nice to see him. All right. So what about you, Dave? Beach. Beach is like, yeah, he's still on mute. He probably hasn't had Kodi turned on. He has to turn it on once in a while. See, this is the people on my panel. Look at that fucker's done walked off and ate. He's went to go eat dinner. I know him. I know him. I know what he's up to. So here it says, if I currently use RD and I want to switch to Premiumize, is it a huge pain to switch? No. In my the add-ons I have, for example, the Gears add-on that I swapped over to this weekend, I have my RD in it, I have my Premiumized in it, I have my Torbox in it, and I have Premiumized in it. And it offers there's other ones that you could. I have them all part of in that one add-on. So when it scrapes, it actually gives me results for all of them. Premiumized is very easy. If you've authorized RD, Premiumized is the exact same step. You're going to go to a URL, premiumize.me/device. It's going to have a 8-digit code. It's 4-4 for 4 items and a dash and 4 items to authorize, just like Real-Debrid does, where it'll give you I think it's a 6-digit code, but it's all one, and you authorize the exact same way. So if you've authorized RD, Premiumize is going to be the same. So no problem with that, Elias. The only thing you just got to make sure to whatever add-on you're on, you want to make sure both of them are turned on. If you're using a shadow based, which would be chains and then some other add-ons that are shadow based, some of those don't let you have both run at the same time. You either have to have RD turned on or Premiumize turned on, and it's a toggle switch in the settings. So not a huge thing. So if you were like, hey, I want to go with Premiumize right now, you just turn off Real-Debrid, flip on Premiumize, and it would search for it. I'm pretty sure Shadow was like that. The last time I checked, I know that you had to choose which service you want to do. You couldn't do multiple services on one scrape. POV, Fenlight, Gears, what was the one that
Red light,
the red light, Fenlight, all those you can run multiple services in the scrape. It runs just fine. Oh, there's Beach.
I'm sorry, neighbor had a tech emergency.
Their movie's not coming up?
No, their tablet wasn't working, so they couldn't play their puzzles.
This is what happens when you live in a retirement community like Beach.
Exactly. Exactly.
He's the young kid, the techie young kid living in the neighborhood. So all the old people are like, hey, I'll bring you some cookies if you can fix my tablet.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I will say one thing. You see the ads for them all the time, consumer cellular, for the old people phone service. Right. I will say one thing. Their phone support people are very nice, because I've got to talk to them several times with people having issues with their phone.
So they bring the phone to you and say, here, you talk to tech support and fix my phone?
I get everything. My camera app. What happened to my camera app? Where'd it go? It moved. I can't find it. My iPhone, it won't unlock. I also don't know about iPhone. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. So a question. So Beach. So do you ever even open Kodi? Because I know you're a more of a Plex guy.
I do. Yeah, there's stuff. A lot of times, sometimes when certain shows that I watch, if Sonar didn't pick it up, grab it the night before off my Plex, then usually Saturday morning I'd open up Kodi and go ahead and watch it there. Certain shows were added in my favorites. So yeah, I mean, for me, the biggest thing is I used RD more for my Plex server than Kodi.
Yep.
So, I mean, with sonar and everything, it's all using that base, so it really doesn't affect me there. But sometimes when you're grabbing stuff, scene release in combination with Real-Debrid was a lifesaver.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, then with scene release though, it has that amount. They had a limit, so if you got into scene release too late in the day, whatever RD credits. So you might find later in the day it wouldn't, it would say couldn't get the file. But then if you tried it early that was my experience if I was using scene release with RD.
Now, late in the day is my golf time. I get up in the morning, first thing I do before I eat breakfast, I'm checking my Plex server.
Well, there you go.
So,
See, you were smart enough. You're doing it early in the day. That's probably I have to actually go to work, so I get home. You don't understand that. So I actually have to go to a job, and then I get home, and then you've used up all the RD credits that
right.
that I could have.
Right.
Rapid Gator, I don't have. I can't get nothing because you've used up all the damn credits for the day.
That'd be me.
Yeah. So, all right. So we have that. I have. Let's see. I was looking to see there wasn't any other real questions. I was looking. All right. So I was sent a message. So for when I was talking about the snowball effect, the waterfall effect, when resolving the list is resolved and the first one isn't succeeding in a normal circumstances in a few milliseconds, the resolver picks up the second. Now, if it hits the second, you get a 3-second rate limit, which is like your timeout, what I like to call the timeout thing, on the second, and a 3-second on the third, or the 3 seconds on the fourth, and so on. So your windfall. So even if the fourth was valid, you're still stuck in the timeout because let's say that's 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds. So that's why when I said earlier, some of these workarounds, it may be to turn off that auto pick your link, and also kind of look to what link you want to try to get. And then maybe some of the add-ons will add more of a buffer to pause it a little bit longer. And again, that's bad on the end user because we're so used to shit being fast. But if I have to wait 3 or 10 or 15 seconds longer to find a link, in the scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal.
Well,
Now-
and another thing you can do is in most add-ons, if you are running RD and another like Premiumize or Torbox or Easy News, you could change the priority on the scraping.
Sure.
So it'll move those links up and put the RD link scraped down later on. And so that'll give you a chance to push those RD links off at the bottom so you don't hit them so quickly if you're using autoplay.
Yeah, that is that with the priority, that does help if you can, and those are all in the settings of the add-ons. And again, some people may be like, I don't understand it. Well, we're talking at a certain level, and if we're completely blowing you away, you may want to join my Telegram room, and then you can get help, because I will say it's hard to answer a lot of questions and give people a lot of tech support through comments on YouTube. It's like sending smoke signals, and I got to wait a day to get the smoke signal back, and then I respond, and so it's slow.
Well, I mean, I wonder if there will be I want a refund. All the people who bitched and wanted refunds at Real-Debrid, when it was down for like maybe 17 hours. And then when they wanted back on, they said, fuck you.
Yeah.
I want my refund. Okay, here's your refund. No, I want back on. No.
Yeah.
You're not getting back on.
I saw in the Sinclair Facebook group that one of them I'm in, they were telling people, do not go to RD and ask for a refund because we've seen this before. It'll be fixed here in a certain amount of time. Give it a few days, and you will get banned if you go and ask for a refund, and you don't want to get banned.
Yeah. And again, you're not talking a lot of money. Classy Mouse, look at Classy Mouse says, not everyone in here and not everyone has 4 Debrid services. And agreed, I don't say people should have 4 services. I would not recommend people to have. I am just a nosy motherfucker. So, and I can't pass up a deal. So when the deals came out, like I said, Black Fridays, they came out, and I'm like, hey, that's worth it. $99 for 2 years, sure. Plus, I'm able to actually try the service. And when people ask in my room and say, hey, is this service good? What's good? What's bad about it? I can say firsthand, hey, I like it because it has this, this, and this. I don't like this, this, and that. So yeah, I don't go and buy 4 services. I'm not saying that.
How
even
is
though
Torbox? How is Torbox working?
It's been.
I know
it was fine. I mean,
okay,
but as Spider said, it may not be running as it was a little bit glitchy. I didn't run it today. But
I was noticing this before coming on the show. I was starting to see people complaining that, hey, Torbox is starting to buffer now. Torbox is not any better than RD. It's still acting up. And I was like, yeah, I wonder if they're getting hammered because everybody's saying it's so cheap compared to Real-Debrid or Premiumize. So that's where they're going right away.
And I mean, cheap is not always better.
No.
And I'm a tight MF. I am tight with my money, but sometimes you have to spend to have quality. So sometimes that does help. But I also think people are also have a knee-jerk reaction. As soon as something doesn't play or something doesn't work, boom! Oh, this sucks. But does it? I mean,
no.
If this happens every single day, yeah, sure. Then it's a pattern. But if it happens sparsely, it's not a problem. I mean, the wife does not like Torbox. When I was using Torbox earlier in the year, she hated it. She hated it. She was like, turn that off every time. It doesn't work. Or it would take a long time to resolve. Like you would see the link, and then it would just take a long time to resolve that link. So I ended up just turning it off. So it wasn't in my, I wasn't scraping. So again, we're going to see how this goes. And again, have realistic expectations. I mean, to be honest, the people that are in this community are spoiled. I mean, we're spoiled in what we get. I mean, we really are. I mean, I complain when I want 5.1s and there's only, just stereo, in the links. I'm like, where's my 5.1? You know what I mean? We're greedy. We're our expectations. So I would say right now, temper down a little bit of your expectations because we're in a flux. We're in a change. We're not sure how this is all going to play out. Don't make any decisions immediately. If you want to sign up because, hey, I feel like Premiumize is a good deal, I don't mind paying $80 for the year. Then if you can afford it and it's not going to hurt you, fine, do it. If you're a little tighter on money and you can only afford a month, well, then just get a month. But, just don't buy it because, that's going to fix all my problems. All right, so this is one bad kick. I did not say this when I was talking about Torbox. The issue with Torbox, when you want to put it in an add-on, you have to copy and paste your API code, which is about that long.
Yeah.
26 characters or something like that.
Yeah, it's long. So if you're going to capital M, and then you're looking at your phone, oh, it's a 1. Oh, lowercase L. It's hard. So that for a newer user, that's going to be a little bit of a struggle. If you want to copy and paste in Kodi, there's an application called Core. It's that you can put it on your phone. It's in the Play Store. Core, Kore. Get Core, and you can turn on a setting in Kodi to where you can copy and paste from your phone right on where the API is supposed to be. If I copy it on my phone, I go to the website, copy the API, and then go into Core, and where I'm supposed to put the API, I can just paste that whole line in there. Instantly done. So if that is a downside, because some people won't be able to figure that out. So some people will struggle with that because it doesn't have a simple pin code. So that is a downside to Torbox. I forgot to mention that because I don't want people to hit me up and say, I didn't know I had to go and I don't know, how do I get my API in the thing? Yeah, it's too long and I can't read it, or whatever you may see. That's how Torbox does it. Debrid link, I wouldn't waste your time on it. It has been around, but I wouldn't. I know almost nobody that uses that. So that means less things are cached, and you need things cached if you want to watch things like now. If not, you can watch it in 30 minutes when it is cached. So I would probably stay away from Debrid link.
Well, if Aubin was here, he would say, my Plex is running fine.
You're right.
Put it this way, if my Plex goes down, it's because I fucked something up. Not somebody fucked me. I fucked something up.
Yeah. There is the benefits of having a Plex. I have a Plex server too. I don't put a lot on it. And it's just for me to have here at the house for when I want to watch something. So that is available. Let's see. Torbox was hit by many RD users that swapped. It's much better now. Took a little time. The prices are decent. All right, Lmao. Good. Thank you. Let's see. So Crazy Canuck, YouTube is my go-to now. Well, SmartTube is mine. All right, so I think we've probably pretty much beat a dead horse here.
Yeah, but Dabs, remember last time when RD went down, how long did it take until we got the fix?
There was a temporary fix about 12 hours later.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it was pretty much back to normal about 2 days later.
Yeah. Who made the fix? Was it C-Man?
No.
There was somebody, I can't remember.
I think, I don't think it wasn't C-Man. I think it was. I really want to say it was Tiki. I want to say Tiki. Yeah, I think Tiki had something in there when that happened. It was him or Umbrella. But I could be wrong because that was a year and a half ago, and I forgot what I did yesterday. So
yeah, because I know when it happened, somebody with Strumio came up with a workaround,
right?
And then I guess whoever found out how Strumio was doing it, made its way to Kodi. Then things started working, and then, like you said, 2 days later, everything was pretty much back to normal.
Yep. Yeah, it wasn't long. It really wasn't.
Yeah,
and it again. I feel like it felt like maybe a week that we had issues, but then by a week everybody was back up and going.
Yeah. Well, I can't give up RD because Alvin and Roger were on my case all the time, man. Oh yeah, you got to get RD, Eddie. Got to get RD.
Yeah.
Try it for a week. Try it for a month. Okay, tried it for a month and loved it.
You never left it.
Never left it.
Yeah, and again, end users or there, if things get blocked, there's only a certain amount that you can do. So again, if you can't adapt to this hobby, just get cable TV. The people that have been in doing this hobby, adapt. I think of when we first started when I think of Napster, and then things you just progressed, you moved, you jumped, and when things this got shut down, LimeWire was done. Well, we moved over, and so if you're not able to do that and not able to adapt, this isn't the hobby for you. You just need to pay the cable company because
cable and get Netflix.
Yeah, exactly, because it's going to happen. You know, so it's part of this, and I'm fine with. I mean, I should say I'm fine with this all happening. It happened and it sucks, but it's part of it. It's part of the game, the cat and mouse, whatever. And you know, I'll adapt and make it work. I thought we'd do the video, do the show. People can watch the video, you know, days later and maybe get some information or get more understanding of, like, you know, why this is happening. Is there fixes? Fingers crossed that we see some add-ons that implement more of these fixes. Again, I know that the crew has tried to look at some different things, and hopefully if those things pan out and then other add-ons can see the fixes, we'll all be saying happy days. So that was about, I don't see anything else. Trevor Peters says it was Tiki fixed Fen for RD problems. Yeah, but I don't know if he was the one that came up with, he would have fixed it in Fen because he was the Fen developer. But I don't know if he was the one that came up with the first fix. Look at there. Proverbial. What? Proverbial.
Forgive me, English isn't his first language.
It's Canadian.
Right.
Yeah, so we can all go back to IRC and then have our computers constantly with malware on it. It's somebody trying to backdoor your computer. IRC is not for the noobs. It is not your food in the IRC channels if you're a newbie. The fix is in the beta, so yes, they have Class is saying it's in the crew's beta repo, so it's not the part of because it's being tested and people seem to be okay with things, but again, it's early to say. I don't want to say that is the fix. We'll just have to see, but appreciate the work of the people that are trying to come up with workarounds.
There's a lot of action on Telegram and on the crew today. That's all we're talking about.
Yeah,
talking about the beta.
Yeah. So, and I didn't check it out, but I was kind of like, I had too many other things going on today, so check it out. Maybe tomorrow I'll be able to check it out and read the feedback and see what people say, what they thought of the fix. But again, mass respect and a thank you to all the people that are developers that give their time freely, for free, to create content or give add-ons, so that we are able to have the content we want. So I think sometimes, as I was saying, we're a greedy group, but also we're kind of not very thankful for these people that put, you know, days, months, years of their life creating add-ons for free for you to use and be able to consume content. So again, anybody that's willing to give their time 100% for free, if they ain't feeling it today, then fine, they're not feeling it today. All right. So we got that. Anything you boys want to say before we get out of here? Let's go home and go do our things.
Yeah, thanks, Dallas, for giving the show up today.
Yeah. Well, hopefully people get a little understanding, maybe.
Yeah. Now you can think about your yard sale.
Working on it.
It was the best show ever because I was gone for 3/4 of it.
Yeah. That's my grumpy old man. He's always that way. Anything from you, Mr. Spider?
It was nice being on here. It's been a while since I've been on the show, so, and I'm glad to see, you know, that you're doing this stuff for people, Todd. Not only with the Telegram group, but coming on here and trying to help spread the word and kind of tamp down the anxiety and the fear and say, hey, you know, it'll all be over. Tomorrow will be a new day, and we don't know, could be a lot better. So
good. Thank you very much. It's again, my Telegram room, or even on this show, the only reason I made my YouTube channel to start, it was to share information that I learned. If I learned something and I learned it from somebody else who taught it to me, I felt like, hey, I need to share this cool information with somebody else. And maybe they can share it with somebody else. So my hope is that people who watch the show have an understanding of what's kind of going on. And again, I don't have all the answers to it. It's just things that I've observed and read through different things to understand where we're going with this and what's happening. And maybe other people that watch the show can share that information to just, again, like you said, Dad, just to tamper down the anxiety and the world is ending. And that was the reason I picked the icon for the show, Apocalypse 2.0, because I thought, this is funny because fucking Dave, I blame him because he's the one that brought this up just about a month ago.
Hey, I was thinking that same thing this morning. I was like, damn it, Dave, every one of those intros, we need Cody to go down again.
Exactly. I got my wish.
Things are running too damn smooth. So, all right. Well, thanks you guys for being on here. Thanks you guys for watching. And you know what? Just be kind to people and let's enjoy some streams.
Curtains falling on the screen. Hope you laughed and learned a bit. Had some fun and skipped routine. Time to close this crazy shit. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. But it's time to say goodbye. Through the streams and download set. But now it's time for us to fly. Information, picked up tips and tricks to enjoy. But now we leave this online station. It's time to pack up every toy. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. But it's time for us to fly. Through the streams and download set, you can kiss my ass goodbye.